And we're going to turn things over to Jake Holter. He is joining us from North Smithfield this morning in Breaking News 1. Jake, good morning, and how are things looking out there right now?
Yeah, good Sunday morning, Joe. Things are looking pretty good right now, actually. It was sort of what can only be described as kind of like a frozen mist for about the last hour or so, but now we are in North Smithfield and it's pretty much stopped, I would say. We're driving on 146 right now. We'll give you a look of the road. And it is, for the most part, clear. It's not feeling super slick. You know, there has been some spots this morning where you're definitely going to feel it a little bit more. Those obvious spots, those side streets, you know, if you're leaving your neighborhood, obviously you're going to want to be a little bit more careful. But the main roadways have been, for the most part, clear, especially as the precipitation has stopped. But you do definitely still want to watch. You know, we were driving on 95 a little bit ago. That was still a little slick, so you do want to be careful. The snow itself seeming pretty light, and the snow is also you want to be sure if you have a flight or anything like that, you want to be checking your flight status, because we checked PVD's website and there are about 8 flights that were scheduled to leave this morning. Those flights are all 7 a.m. or earlier that have been canceled, but if you had plans to leave early this morning, I'm sure by now you might already know. There was also a flight coming in, I believe, from Fort Lauderdale. That one was canceled as well. It doesn't look like there's any power outages. We checked Rhode Island Energy, so that is good news. But yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty easy morning. Again, you really just, your biggest concern is just going to be just being careful on the roadways like you would with any sort of winter storm. We're going to be out here throughout the morning show, and we'll check back in with you coming up next half hour. For now, live in North Smithfield, Jake Holter, 12 News. Glorious, snowy northwestern part of the state is actually looking pretty good right now. The snow has stopped up here, and if you take a look, we're on 107 right now in Burrillville. The road is pretty much completely clear, so you know, people driving those plows have been doing a great job this morning, and since we're getting no more accumulation as of right now, actually I think we've got a plow coming up here in just a second, and yeah, you can see that they're not really doing anything because 107 is clear, which is great news, because again, you know, Burrillville, Foster, Gloucester, you know, this oh, you see them kind of getting the snowbank here, but yeah, this very notoriously snowy part of the state is looking pretty clear. So if you're leaving from Burrillville this morning, you can rest assured knowing that the roads are pretty clear. Now, if you're taking to the skies, most of those would have already happened, but there were about 8 cancellations out of TF Green this morning, all of which are 7 a.m. or prior. And there was also a cancellation inbound, I believe, from Fort Lauderdale, just because of that very snowy morning. Again, it seems like there's maybe a little bit of precipitation, but it's almost rain more than snow at this point, and it's coming down very, very softly and not in big amounts at all. We'll be checking out more of the state coming up next half hour as we just sort of are checking conditions everywhere. We'll have that update for you at 7 o'clock live in Burrillville. Jake Holter, 12 News.